Hi guys, Jen here. I want to talk to you today about how to be more productive, get more stuff done around the house, use your time more wisely, all those things. But before we get into that, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. That way you get notified every time I post a video. You help out my channel, you get new stuff, all that good stuff. If you like it, tell me that you like it. Give me the thumbs up. Please don't give me thumbs down unless you really hate it. Share the video with your friends, let them know about me, and let's get into it. So, I'm going to give you, I was going to give you 5 things, but then I thought of a 6th one. I'm going to give you a bonus one, but I'm going to have my top 5 and then a little bonus tip. Okay, so the very first thing that is the most important is to get up early. So even if it means getting up a half hour, 40 minutes earlier than you do now, do it. Get up early. That means you also have to go to bed earlier the night before because sleep is number one importance to your health and productivity. So go to bed earlier. Don't pass out on the couch. Actually go to bed. Have a nighttime routine that gets you winding down, whether it be brushing your teeth, washing your face, reading a book, saying a prayer, whatever it is. Make it a habit, make it a routine so it signals your brain that it's time for rest. Turn off your device an hour before your bedtime routine starts. Don't look at your phone, or at the very least, set it to nighttime mode. And then get up earlier. When you get up, don't look at your phone first thing. Just try not to. Have a glass of water first. Be grateful for waking up and grateful for a new day. Wash your face, brush your teeth. Do something other than getting on your phone, just to clear your mind and wake up. Make some coffee, but set a morning routine. My morning routine is quite early right now. I don't recommend that for everyone. I do it because of homeschool and the things that I want to get done early in the morning. And also because sometimes I work very early in the morning. So I get up between 4 and 4:30 every day. Well, that's not true. Every day except for Saturday and Sunday, I get up slightly later. But I get up at 4. I get out of bed. I make my bed. That's the first thing I do is I make my bed. I put on my workout clothes. I go out in the kitchen. I start the coffee. I get my pre-workout. The coffee's for my husband because he'll wake up because I always wake him up. Get my pre-workout. Then I sit down and I do my devotions. That can take anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes, just depending on how that goes. Then I move into doing my workout, which usually is between 40 minutes to an hour with the program that I'm doing. And then I get started with my day. I either start the kids' breakfast or I go get a shower, get dressed, put on makeup, like the whole 9, do the whole thing like I'm going to a job, even if I'm not. Get dressed, make everyone breakfast, and then start with our day, whether it be my school day or chores or whatever that is. We get started. So getting up early, going to bed early. And number 2 was having a morning routine. I kind of put them all together, but they go together. This is how we be productive throughout the day. Now, in the mornings, I give my children chores. This is how I get more productive, is I pawn off things on my children because it teaches them discipline. It teaches them to have a morning routine. They work out after me and then they do their chores. And it also teaches them that, it takes a family to keep a household running. I mean, if we're all going to make messes, we all need to pitch in to clean up. And it's not all about, well, I didn't do this or that's not my job. No, the house needs to be cleaned because I can tell you that I have cleaned up many a thing that I have not messed up. So they can do it too. So they all have their chores or their areas of the house or whatever, and they get to that. While they're doing that, I'm doing my chores. So I start a load of wash. Right away, the wash goes in because if I don't get at least 2 loads done during the day, I will get behind. So we start the wash right away. My bed's already made, so there's 2 things already knocked out, right? Kids clean the bathrooms. They clean up the kitchen from breakfast. I'll vacuum. We have a dog, and there's 5 of us living here, so we basically have to vacuum every single day. And that's it. Just make sure the house is tidy, neat, dusted, the bathroom's clean, all that stuff. So we start our day nice and fresh with things clean, clothes put away, beds are made, and then we already have done so much. And this is all before 9 a.m. when we start school, because once school starts, it's hard to get things done, other things around the house. So while they start school, I will make a list of things that I want to achieve during the day. I make it a realistic list. I will have a couple extras on there just in case I happen to be super productive and I want to knock off something that maybe would be for the next day. But I don't overburden myself with a list of every single thing that needs to be done in the house, because let's face it, every day you could find things to do. So don't make yourself this daunting list that you look at it and you think, I'm such a failure, I'll never get through this. Don't do that to yourself. Make it in order of importance. And you will find that there are things that will fall into a regular routine. For example, I started pulling papers for school because I pulled all their worksheets and seat work, all the things that they need for the day to make their day run smoother. I've got 4 kids I'm homeschooling. So on Mondays, I will pull a week's worth of papers, put them all in their folders, set them aside so that we're always a week ahead. That's my Monday job. That is my number 1 priority Monday job. So I like to hit that first, because once I get that done, because it's the big one, then it's like, whew, I have accomplished something today. Tuesdays, I tackle grading. I learned last year that if I don't tackle grading at least once a week, that's all my goal is, once a week. Now, if I find myself with extra time, I'll pull out papers and start grading, but my goal is at least once a week, which happens to be Tuesday, seems to be a good day. I grade all the papers in their folders that they have to be graded and get them cleaned out and back. So Monday and Tuesday, those are my big, big things. Now, underneath of that, I will have other items that I want to get done, whether it be making a video or organizing a closet or prepping some food for the week or whatever other jobs I want to get done. But those are my top 2. Then Wednesday, I'll have another top job, and I plan that according to the fact that I have to leave early for gymnastics that day. So you know what your schedule is, and things tend to work out. Now, you will always have days where you have extra things thrown in, which leaves you with kind of a messy house. Or let's say, like for me with school, sometimes a child needs extra help, or it's an extra long day and everything seems to get away from me, or I end up working longer than I planned in the morning. So when I get back, I'm behind. There's always days like that. That's where number 4 tip comes in, and that is a 10-minute cleanup. So I will just pick an area of the house. I'll drop everything I'm doing at the moment, set a timer for 10 minutes, or at least in my head be like, okay, I'm giving myself 10 minutes, and just look at the clock. And I will tackle something. Like this afternoon I did it, and it was the kitchen. I started while I was in there doing papers or whatever, I started noticing the cabinets were kind of gross, like someone had spilled something. And then I looked at the floors, and the floors were kind of gross, and I was like, oh, and I saw fingerprints on the refrigerator, and I'm like, okay, it's a 10-minute cleanup time. So I looked at the clock. I'm going to do the best I can in 10 minutes. Washed all the dishes, wiped down all the counters, wiped down the cabinets, mopped the floor. All that got done in 10 minutes. Now, was it done beautifully? Like, was I on my hands and knees scrubbing the floor? No. But it's a heck of a lot better than if I had just left it to a time when I could really deep clean it. So that 10 minutes, you'd be shocked as to how much you can get done. So if you see clothes piling up, give yourself 10 minutes and put away whatever amount of clothes you can put away. Your laundry's piled up, 10 minutes, do whatever you can with the laundry in 10 minutes. Your kid's room is a mess and they're not old enough to pick it up. Give yourself, or give them, if they are old enough, 10 minutes to get it in order. Things like that. You can do a lot of stuff in 10 minutes. And it gives you an end point, because that leads into my next thing on the list. My 5th thing is to focus on one job at a time. This happened to me today. I've seen a meme about it. I know it's happened to many of you before. I'll give you an example. I saw that I needed to do dishes. So I started to run the water to do the dishes. Then I noticed that because my dishwasher's been broken forever and I just like washing dishes better anyway. So I feel like I get them cleaner. I needed a drying mat. I didn't have one. So I'm like, okay, I got to go in the dryer and get one because I must have washed them all at once. So I went in there and then realized that the laundry needed to be folded. So I started folding that, and then one of the kids needed me for something. So then I left the dryer door open with clothes hanging out and I went and helped them. And then I had to run in and turn off the sink. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this needs to be done. And I'm like, oh, I got to focus. So don't let one job lead to another, lead to another, lead to another, and then you get done nothing, right? Then you have a lot of jobs half done, and that's the worst because half done jobs are bigger messes than zero done jobs. Am I right? When you start something, you pull everything out, and then you are just left with a disaster. So if you are doing the dishes and you realize you can't because you need something out of the laundry, leave the dishes, do all the laundry, put it all away, do all the things, then go back to the dishes, do the dishes, do them well, then move on to the next thing. You can't help if your kid needs your help. You got to stop doing what you're doing, but don't let one job lead to another without finishing the first one. Okay, and so now for my bonus tip of being more productive with your day, and this is huge. Cut out your social media. You have to give yourself a limit. You know how they can, like, if you really feel like you cannot limit yourself, there are actually apps that will block out your news feed for times. I should look up what they are, but I know that they exist. They block out your news feeds for certain times during the day so you don't even see it. Like, so if you actually work on social media, because I know a lot of people are into network marketing, you can actually do your posting and do your content and do your stuff without scrolling and without being distracted by the scroll. So there are apps for that. You can give yourself a timeout from social media, or schedule blocks of time when you're going to use social media. Like, especially if that's your job, I mean, you have to use it. But even if it's not, and it's something you enjoy, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The problem is that it's a time sucker, and we all know that. And there's unlimited content and entertainment, and it just, like I said, it's unlimited. It never stops coming, and it's always new. And you can fall into these rabbit trails of following like your brother's cousin's sister's new girlfriend who just, started dating someone else. I don't know. You know what I mean? You start like going back and stalking people and figuring out what they're doing. That can take up hours of your time, and what have you accomplished? Absolutely nothing. But it's entertaining. So set aside social media time. Schedule it into your day. Block it off. Reward yourself if you need to with that time. I mean, I don't look at it as any different than someone who takes a break to watch a certain TV show or read a book. It's entertainment. So block it off. Be like, I'm going to give myself a half an hour of just scroll time. And there's nothing wrong with that. And maybe if you do that and it's not taking away from all of the other things, you won't feel so out of control. If you ever feel out of control with it or feel like, oh my gosh, where did my day go? I got nothing done. It could be that you were scrolling and you got sucked into something. So social media time, harness it. Take control over it. Don't let it control your time and your day. And definitely watch getting sucked into arguments and conversations that really are not bettering your life. Those are time suckers too. And they also, that kind of stuff will take away your mental clarity when it comes to the rest of the day. If you are not facing your day with a positive attitude and a grateful heart towards the work that you have to do, I mean, I can honestly say I was feeling a little bit tired today, and I thought, I'm so grateful for being tired and for having so much to do, and that What I have to do is not because of anything tragic that's happening. I'm taking care of my home and my family, and I get to do that. It's a privilege. And I was feeling very grateful for being busy and tired from the busyness. And it wasn't just busy for the sake of being busy. I feel like I was getting things accomplished. Which made me want to do this video. So be grateful. Be grateful for the amount of work that you have to do. Be grateful for the fact that you are capable of doing it. And then just harness your time. Take control of your time. Don't let it control you. And don't get overwhelmed if you feel like you can't get through everything in the day. You don't have to be superhuman. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to stay focused, do the best you can, and then reward yourself with some downtime. I hope this video is helpful. If you liked it, let me know. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, or advice as to what kind of videos you'd like to see next, please leave it in the comments or just say hi and let me know where you're from. Thanks you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.